Here with Welterweight Contender Mykal Fox. What's good, Mike?
What's good with you?
I'm chilling, man. I know you were supposed to be fighting last night. Uh, things didn't go, as planned. Talk about that. When can we expect you back?
Man, I ain't even sure just yet. I'll talk to Jetta and them after probably maybe later this week, something like that, just to see what they may or may not have cooking up. Um, that car still went on. Shout out to Mykal Phillips, he got the W. I think a stoppage in the second. Shout out to Chris Glenn got the dub. Shout out to everybody that fought. Ahmed Jones. Shout out to everybody that fought. Man, they did their thing. Um, and I'll be waiting out. When I hear something, you'll hear something.
Okay. There's a bunch of 47s now getting an influx of talent. You've been there your whole career, but now you got guys like Tio coming up, Dev, Ryan, etc. Does that excite you?
Yeah. I mean, especially like Tio, I like the idea of punching racist people in the face. So like, that, I don't mind that at all. So right now, my main thing is to be to stay active and just stay on point because you never know when you get that call, especially when the talent pool is moving up like a generation of 140s that really own the spotlight. They're moving up, and they're gonna need people that they think are tune-ups. You know what I mean? And then that'd be my chance to show everybody what I've been doing for the past couple years.
Mike, come on, Mike. You did the tune up quotation mark. Mike, you're a dangerous fight for anybody.
As
At
long as they know.
I mean, that it's obvious that they know because nobody's been calling your name. The only dudes that it seemed like you get in the ring with is dudes that are in the same position that you're in, where it's tough for them to get fights. So they look at you like, come on.
Nah, for sure. So yeah, I just gotta make sure I'm on the right side of those type of fights this time around. So I gotta get back gotta get back into the mix, especially I mean at 29 I still have a lot, still young, still got a lot I can accomplish. Just got to get things back moving. It'll make for a great story, uh, coming off everything I came back, coming off everything I went through, and just to actually get to the mountaintop again, and then pull off the pull off pull off the W.
Is there what does the final level of Mykal Fox look like?
The final level, I'm not sure. I'm always learning. I'm always growing out. When I think I found it, I'll tell you. I'll definitely tell you about it. But I'm not sure what it looks like. But I need to fight. I need people to say yes to a fight with Mike Fox, and we can all find out together.
Now that it's March, it's not February anymore.
Yeah.
So you got what, 8, 9 months left? How many do you think you'll be able to get in that time?
Um, I would hope to still be able to get in 3 or 4. I mean, depending on what it is, like this is like if it's a big opportunity, they kind of come few in between. There's a couple of 10 rounders. It is what it is, but I'm ready to be back in that 10 round, 12 round type of events. You know what I mean? So you know, just I don't know how many. I'm gonna just take one at a time. Get what I can. I'm contracted to have 3 a year, so got to
Hmm.
make sure. We just got to make sure that's a that promise is delivered upon.
What kind of notice would you need now to just hop into the ring?
I mean, anything 2 weeks is fine with me for the most part, unless I would happen to be out of town or something. But for the most part, I'm always in the gym. I'm always in the gym. If the offer's right, um, shit, I'm there.
In the meantime, you gonna be the designated tall guy sparring?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Keep getting lust. I use those opportunities. Get good sparring and the network, man. You never know when you need to know somebody. So that's bigger. It's bigger than just going out there to spar. I meet people. I shake hands. I talk. I talk to people. Last time I was up in Philly at the who was that card? It was they had that split T card. I met some of the OTX people. I met some of the I met David McWater who runs split T. I introduced myself just to keep my name in people's ear.
Speaking of sparring, two guys that you've consistently sparred for like the last 10 years, 10, 15 years?
Yeah, if not more than that.
Shit. Damn, y'all known each other for that long?
Yeah, I've known one of them since I was 5, and I've known the other one since I was 8. So.
Oh wow. Your boys went head to head last night, and just like you said, it was going to be a way more competitive fight than what people thought. Ended kind of controversially. What's your thoughts on it?
Like I said, it was going to be a far more competitive fight. I was at the barbershop getting my hair cut yesterday. They still talking about, yeah, he gonna knock him out probably like 6 or 7. I'm like, yo, this nigga, I'm telling y'all, just because y'all don't know a dude, don't mean he can't fight. It's the same thing with like rappers for real. Some dudes are more popular, but that don't mean that the other dude don't got no skills. Like Jay-Z said, if skills sold, truth be told, I would probably be Talib Kweli. You know what I'm saying? But it's I always knew Lamont wasn't as popular as Tank. Who can be? It's only a few people that can be right as of right now. But the skill set is tremendous. The counter punching, like I know he knows how to do that. But Lamont was on a different level last night as far as the stuff he knows how to execute. You know what I mean? And I think that's credit to the training camp he had, the guys he was sparring, things like that. They helped a lot. They should all take pride in what Lamont was able to do. Personally, I think Lamont pulled it off, especially if he'd have got the knockdown that should have been counted. I don't hair gel or not, though. Like Tank knows better than to take a knee in the middle of a fight during an exchange. He's been fighting entirely too long not to know that. And Steve Willis was supposed to count. I don't like speaking ill of people I fuck with, but he knows better. He know better than to do that. He wasn't supposed to do that. And I think Lamont seized the moment last night, and he leaving with a draw, but at least they didn't totally. This ain't totally rob him as bad as egregiously as we've seen before.
As I've seen happen to you before.
Yeah.
The fight was close, right?
Yeah.
I had Lamont winning, but when you compound that with the non-knockdown, the non everybody knows if you take a knee, what it is. You cannot call your own timeout.
Yeah.
It makes it look worse than if that wouldn't have happened and it's just a close decision with a draw. Everybody would be like, just run it back. But I feel like that's what have people, operating with as much intensity as you seeing on the internet.
Yeah, now for sure. Because we know if you know the rules. If you know the rules of the sport, you know what the deal is. And we all are taught that. Like if you cut your glove hits the ground or your knee hits the ground, it's a knockdown. I don't like Steve Willis. Don't get me wrong, he's a great ref. I love watching him. But the last time I saw him, he was in Michigan and he was working that heavyweight fight. That should have been stopped. I feel like should have been stopped long before Steve Willis finally stopped it. I know you want to give every chance you can, but to let the fighters, determine the decision and everything, or determine the outcome. But like when it's time to take control, it's time to take control. And that was a moment when you needed to take control. That was a knockdown, and you can't do that shit.
Where do you think both fighters go from here? You've been in a ring with both guys, right?
Uh-huh.
Stylistically, how did you know?
I knew because, like I said, I've known them dudes forever. I know, I knew that they fought before, and we seen where Tank's career went, and I've watched where Tank's career went. I've watched where Lamont Roach's career went. But the biggest thing I knew is that and knowing Tank from the amateurs, like coming up in the area in the areas that are like right beside each other. We've all seen each other a lot in sparring and fighting, in sparring and competition and whatever. So it's just like what I knew was just that, Lamont Roach Jr. The biggest advantage he has is that he knows. The biggest advantage he has over Tank's previous opponent is that we know him. We know who he was as to who he is now, and that's the thing. Like, there's a thing about when you get to a certain level in life where it's like people who've known you from back then, they only see you as that person, and typically that'll irritate you. Like, I've grown, I'm not the same dude, but in this instance, it's I know this dude deep down. He's still the dude that we always knew he was athletic. We knew he had fast combinations. And like I told y'all, before, punching power, the power that Tank has is the last thing to come to his arsenal. You know what I mean? He wasn't not like we don't know nobody. He didn't knock out anybody good around this area. I don't remember hearing about him knocking anybody out until he flew off to Vegas and met Floyd Mayweather. He wasn't knocking people out before then. That came after everything else did. But Lamont, in knowing that, he prepares differently. I think everybody else prepared for his power, where Lamont Roach prepared for his boxing skills. His boxing skills are what lend to that power. Everybody talks about how accurate. What? Ain't no cup over here. I'm good. I'm doing an interview. Thank you. My bad.
That's cool.
That's my mother. But we've known my bad, but we've known him. But Lamont Roach prepared for the boxing skills that Tank possesses, which in turn will help you to defend against that big left hand that everybody else knows that he has, or everyone knows that he has, but everybody from the area knows Tank can box. He knows how to set up left hands, but you can tell that Lamont trained diligently for defending against the left hand and just defending punches like reactive. He looked great last night. Tank could have looked better, of course, but he didn't look bad. And before everybody gets saying, "Oh, I told y'all Tank's overrated," maybe Lamont Roach is just a bad motherfucker too. Did y'all make sure y'all consider that before y'all get to talking that shit? Because if y'all going to discredit Tank, that means you got to discredit Lamont, and I'm not going to sit for that. So you know what I'm saying, dude, them clown dudes like Two Tone and Showbiz and all them type of dudes, that Stephen A. Smith, all them bammers that really don't know the sport. They just know names. You know what I'm saying? They're not really in the sport. You know what I'm saying? They in there they in there to clout chase. Two Tone look like academics out. He's all academics.
Mike, I hate that because all right, so in my eyes, is Tank still a great fighter? Yeah. Is Tank a Hall of Famer? Yeah. Did Tank lose, in my opinion, last night? Yeah. Ray Leonard lost. Muhammad Ali lost. Joe Frazier lost. Ray Robinson lost. It happens.
Yeah.
Lamont put on an excellent display. Give Tank his credit, but say Lamont was the better man, and Lamont is much better than what people expected.
Yeah, he's much better than what people expected, and so he's much better than what people expected. So just give him that credit. If you didn't think he was going to do that, just bend the knee and go ahead and say like, yeah, hey, nah, look, he showed me something. He showed me something. Congratulations, Lamont Roach. You know what I mean? Man, Tank wasn't this. Tank didn't do that, and Tank this and that. You know what I'm saying? Trying because if you got to downplay, Tank Tank's performance to give Lamont credit, then you're not really giving him credit. He did the work. This nigga flew down to Florida, ran camp down there, flew good sparring partners in. You know what I'm saying? And he worked hard. You know what I'm saying? He worked hard as shit to prepare to be special last night. So don't take that from him by trying to discredit Tank Davis, because they're gonna say, "Oh, he can't fight Shakur like that." Maybe Lamont can beat Shakur too. That's a conversation that needs to be had. Maybe he can beat Shakur too, because I mean, what we do know is Shakur don't hit like Tank, and Shakur's got to get his hands in order. I mean, I don't know what's going on, man. speedy recovery, but maybe Lamont should be in those type of conversations though.
Yo, we just have to see these fights. Fans need to stop fucking judging these fights on paper by notoriety, Instagram followers. If you've seen the guy on TV, we just need to see the fights and let what happens in the ring decide.
I agree totally. Just in the sense, like you know, it's always from the start of it to the end of it. People gonna have their opinions, but yeah, let's just let it unfold. Just let it unfold. Like their favorite line was, "This dude struggled with Jamel Herring." I mean, Jamel Herring was a world champion too, with 5 title defenses. Like y'all keep downplaying like some of the best dudes some of the better dudes in the sport who executed and performed well because of popular. I never heard of him. That doesn't mean the motherfucker don't exist. It don't mean he don't exist.
Yo, along with Tank's 5'5", Jamel Herring's 5'10". Different fighters. What works against me may not work against you. That's why they say styles make fights.
And yeah, that's why you go to training camps and you fine tune a few things. You spot out maybe some what could be potential weaknesses. You spend that 8 to 10 weeks preparing solely for that opponent, because it's like you may have to dig into your tool bag, or you might need different tools. Like everything you like, if you fixing shit, everything you fix don't require a hammer. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.